is you go to base, you go to this place that always does pshara. Or the minute, even if you don't go to basin, the Dominican, the businesses, you always do pshara. That's really the din of Shulchan Aruch. The Dominican is interested, you do pshara, the guy says, I want din, I don't want pshara.
Okay, so how does this relate to the halachas that we learned about following a base din to another town? Or following...
You have to follow the basin, not that, but that's when you accepted the base din, or that's when you, here before I even go to basin, say, I don't want this din, I don't want this basin. Or you go up to the basin, I say, I'll go to the basin, but tonight, I'll go to whoever it is, let's say, but tonight they paskin din not pshara. So I'm coming to the basin and say, listen, I'm coming to you, it's a lot of money, no pshara, I want din. I know I'm right, I'm not interested in any pshara, the basin says, listen, we do pshara. No, I want din. Do they have to listen to him? Or can they say, listen, the minute is pshara here, this is what we do pshara, and l'chabrera habibi.
You have to go for din.
What would the din?
So you say you got to do it, they got to take the din.
Yeah. If he doesn't want it, it's, I guess, up law or whatever. But
He can't force a pshara.
What does the word din mean in this situation?
Din, it means as careful as you can, as close to the din.
It's a pshara.
it's, you can't force.
No, it's not pshara.
What's the law? Can you?
Din means if I know, Basin knows that Reuven owes Shimon $1 million,
Right.
pay $1 million, that's din. Pshara is, I know you owe $1 million, but he's got a point, he tried, give him 900,000, that's pshara. Even though really Mikra din, Torah, you owe $1 million.
I mean, it seems.
We knock off, we take off 10, 20,
It seems-
up to 30%, they can.
I mean, there are many halachas about how halacha changes if there's a serious hefsid mammon. So if there's a serious hefsid mammon here, if you do pshara, then
Then what? There's always a hefsid moment, right? Who cares if it's $1 million, $10 million? There's always hefsid. Pshara is always a hefsid moment. But lemana shalom, in order for that to be shalom, we'd rather, he thinks he lost $1 million, right? If his stomach crook, no basin's going to take a crook. Guy walks into the street, crook, everyone knows he does this all the time. So, where are we? Good question. Hold on.
Hopefully by Sunday we will get this right. We paid for them.
Paid them about 2 weeks ago. Take page Nun Vav
Shulchan Aruch.
and Nun Zayin.
You bring your own, you want, but they're too heavy to carry. If you want to bring it, by all means. Too heavy. You can put it on your phone now. Rabbi, can't you put it on your phone?
What my phone? Hold the Svarim?
Choshen Mishpat, your base.
Yeah, but what's that going to help?
No, you can just look at it while you're learning.
It's too small. It's a sadaf. It's nice to have a safe. You need to be able to write on it. Okay.
Your base. Yes, we're missing.
So some of these questions that we didn't actually speak about. We'll start with something we didn't speak about because we're going inside Seder. We're on page Nun Vav, Simon. What is it? Tess.
Yeah.
Simon Yud Beis Sif Tess, right?
Top, yeah.
You got it. Top of page Nun Vav in the Shulchan Aruch. Everyone's got it. We're all on the same page.
Shnam Shekiblu?
Yeah.
You got it, Rabbi?
Yeah.
You got it? Nun Vav?
Yeah.
Page Nun Vav, yeah. Shnaim Shekiblu. Shnaim Shekiblu Pashrak Bekinyan of a Knas Chameshim. That is an interesting one. I didn't even ask you this one. Okay, but we'll see it inside. Shnaim Shekiblu Pashrak Bekinyan of a Knas Chameshim. Vacha Pshara Om Echem Bale Dinim. Ashalem Eklas Velo Yekayim Pshara. Em Bidvav Klum. So what happens? The guy says, right, comes to Beis Din. He says he takes a kinyan and beknas. He says if I don't do the pshara, I'll pay $100. Right? I'll pay $1,000 if I don't do the pshara. He does a kinyan. I'm going to keep the pshara. Then Beis says, yeah, well, $100,000.
Right.
He says, you know what? I'll pay the knas. I'll pay the knas. I'm not going to pay the 100,000. Right? So what's it then?
What's he achieved?
Basin, he was makabel the pshara. He comes to the basin. He says,
He's a Ganov. He's a Ganov.
Should have made the class higher.
no, it was a pshara first of
Why
all.
did Bezin agree to this?
It was a pshara.
Yeah.
Huh?
Why did Bezin agree to the knas?
Why did they agree to the knas?
Why did they agree to hook on a knas onto a pshara?
He said he'll pay a knas.
But that,
It could be a
so he said. But
Basin Amarat to I don't know what. Basin have no way to enforce it. So they, you know what? They don't know what the case is.
Basin
You
can't
come
do
to Basin. Basin says, you know what? You don't. Here's the Basin. You want to come to us? You sign this document. If you don't do what we say, you pay $1 million. Okay? They come in. He owes me $300 million. Yeah, I pay him 200 million. You know what? I'll pay the million. Have a nice day. I'll pay the knas. You know, that's it. He signed a contract. They'll pay the knas $1,000, and then or whatever it is. Sometimes the dinner could be more than money. It could be a seat in shul. He says, "I'll pay the knas $1 million." He says, "I want my seat in shul. I want Mizrach. That's my seat. I'm not worried. I'll pay the $1 million. I'm keeping Mizrach." You know.
Normally the word knas means a penalty clause.
Yeah.
If you don't pay, but he's saying it's not.
No, it is. He said, "I won't pay. I'll pay the knas. I'm not going to pay the penalty. I'm not going to pay the
No,
fine."
but I'm saying the penalty is if you don't pay. It's not a penalty. It's not an excuse. You can't do it both ways.
The knas is if I don't pay, if I don't do what Basin tells me to, I'll pay the fine,
And then what?
and then I'm done. That's it.
What use of the whole show? The whole thing is a joke.
No, you pay the knas. You pay the fine. Why is that joke? You made $1 million.
Well, that's
And the Lashon was that they did a kinyan on the pshara.
He did the kinyan on the pshara, right? The kinyan's for the pshara.
Right.
I'm a kabal to keep the pshara. If I don't keep the pshara, I'll pay $1 million.
right.
Right?
Then what happens?
Then Basin says you owe him 300 million. You know what? I'll pay the $1 million. I'll take the knas.
So you lost me.
Very simple. You come to base
I
Din.
heard what you
say,
said.
I'll keep the kinyan. I want to keep the pshara. Here's a kinyan.
Right.
If I don't keep the pshara, I'll pay $1 million. $1 million. Then you come to base the guy to pay you for 300 million. Basin says, pay him 300 million. Here's a check for $1 million. I'll pay the knas. What's so hard? I don't understand. It's very straightforward, right?
First of all, though, we learned that knas today doesn't can't give a knas.
Basin can't give a except the knas. The Basin say we're going to give you a knas. He says, I'll pay a knas.
He can say what he wants. But
He did. He said what he wants. He said, okay, I'll pay a knas.
who's he to decide what?
He's one of the people. He's the guy that he needs to accept. Basin can't force him to do pshara.
They made the Kenyans.
But they can't force him. They can't force him. He says, I'll do the kinyan. I'll accept the pshara. If I don't keep the pshara, I'll pay $1 million.
So it's
Well, this is what happens. You ask a kasha meister, how could he do it?
No,
He did it. He did. He said, I'll keep the pshara, and if I don't, I'll pay $1 million. You're asking why did he do it? Because he's a chacham.
it's a steer when they obey.
There's no stira.
If he's made a pshara, he has to accept it.
So that's what Shulchan Aruch says. Shulchan Aruch says, what's it in? Ein b'dvar klum. He's got to keep the pshara. He's got to pay the 300 million. That's what the Shulchan Aruch passes. Like you.
What's the point of the Knesset? Or did they make the
Oh.
Knesset?
So what was the point of the Knas? Okay. So take a look in the Nesivos HaMishpat. Ois Tesvov in my print.
The test in ours.
Test Tesvov, yeah. Simon Sif Test. So beginning of Knas. Dafka kshom melosh hazeh. It's only if he says this lashon. Aval im amar beferish im lo yekayim ha'pesher ashalem ha'knas. He says if I don't keep the pshara, then I will pay the fine. Im roitze mishalem ha'knas ve'enim ha'kayim ha'pesher. If he wants to, he can pay the knas and not keep the pshara.
Wow.
But he doesn't set the knas.
This one.
He sets the knas.
He comes into Basin. He says, "If he
He
makes
doesn't
a."
say that he sets the knas.
It doesn't matter who makes a knas. It's irrelevant.
So Basin says you either accept this or you
Going
pay
to
that.
Bezdin?
Yeah.
We're going to Bezdin?
Okay, so
Or he
that's
can say it. He can say it himself. He says, "If I don't keep the Basin, if I don't,"
between us, yeah.
he says to Basin, "If I don't keep the pshara, I'll pay $1 million." He says.
Okay, but that's what
He
what
picks up a
said.
Kenyan. If I don't keep the
But
pshara,
he's not saying that. Because was talking about
So-
if Basin
so, yeah.
makes the knas.
doesn't matter who makes a knas. It's irrelevant. The lashon of the Shulchan Aruch says, "I'm keeping it bekinyan ubeknas." If he says bekinyan ubeknas, both, then it doesn't matter what he says. He's got to keep the pshara
Right.
because he said kinyan and he said knas.
Right.
But if he says he's a chacham, he learned them to see. If he says, "You know what? I'll keep the pshara, and if I don't keep the pshara, I'll pay the knas." Then he can say, "I'll pay the $1 million. I don't want to pay the 300 million." Dav k'shav lo shazal, but im amar beferish, im lo yekayim ha'pesher ha'shalem ha'knas, im reitzim shalem ha'knas, ve'enim ha'kayim ha'pshara.
Yeah, but
Can
he
the
says that
surveyor
they-
agree not to agree to it? Say he doesn't agree to
He
it?
can say, "I don't want this din Torah. I'm not happy. Let's go to someone else. Let's go to din. I'm not happy with your conditions."
So if this happened, it means he agreed. The surveyor agreed
Yeah, l'chayra.
to the knas.
Yeah.
I mean, Basin's not stupid. They know what he's saying if he uses that logic.
Not necessarily.
No, but that-
Depends which base you go to. He doesn't have to be going to basis of Mumchim. It could be any basin,
that's an
right?
important point.
Not every basin remembers everything in the Shulchan Aruch. They got these guys. They're not all Moshe Rabbeinus. They got to open the Shulchan Aruch and learn the stuff, right?
It's a very bad mistake.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Person may understand it, but the guy.
The other guy might not understand it, right? Basin might not be able to protect the guy. What? Yeah.
You know that type of people, you
Then
know.
it's okay. If he agreed to it, then
Yeah, 100%. He agreed to it. He didn't say no. I'm not interested in such a thing.
Okay.
He thought, like most of you thought, it sounds like, that he had to pay whatever the Pshara says anyway.
Yeah,
No.
you made the Kenyan.
Right? He thought like you.
What happens-
But it turns out the Nesiva says no. He can pay the
Okay,
he can pay the
so what
knas.
happens after he pays the knas?
He goes home. That's it. He's
He
done.
the other person can't take him to a din Torah?
Yeah, he can break his
To pay
legs.
For din, not pshara?
Break his legs. You come in,
Good question.
we'll do it 3 ways.
When
you
does he
don't need
decide
to
what the
tell.
knas is? The king of the knas
You
shall
take one
shekel
leg, I'll take
aside.
one leg
You
and,
can say the knas is a shekel, basically.
yeah.
And who specifies the knas? He
You're the
says,
guy in the
I'll pay a knas
Bible.
of 1,000 shekel, or the basin says this would be the knas.
It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. No one talks about who makes a knas. Neither the Shulchan Aruch nor the Nesivos. If he says the lashon, I'll pay a knas. It could be
He
something.
says the amount.
It could be based in. It doesn't. Yeah.
Does he?
Look, I have a knas, so I paid $10 million.
Say a short ticket.
No.
I'll go, knas is a shekel.
No, it's got to be that he says specified what's the knas.
But both people have to agree.
They agree to this entire, yeah. They both agree to the
The
pshara.
other guy
Yeah.
might agree to that deal.
Exactly.
But one thing, you want to say the knas is within relative to the pshara, or not? It has to be. Otherwise it's a joke. As you said, he offers a shekel. You sell him $1 million. It's a joke.
Yeah, but he's got to specify beforehand what the knas is.
No, but I'm saying it has to be something relative.
Right, the other guy's not getting. If I'm taking you to basin, like you're saying, for $1 million, right? You say, if I don't give the pshara, I give $10 to stocker. Well, it's a joke, right?
Right, so
it's
what-
not going to happen.
But if no one says anything about it,
Right. You
No,
kept,
no,
the other guy kept his
stands
mouth
up.
shut. That's why it's so ridiculous. The other guy kept his mouth shut. He knew what the knas was. So why did he should have said something. The basin heard they didn't have any idea what the claim is. He said, I'll pay $1 million knas. They thought, wow, he means business. Then they hear it's a case about $10 billion. They're like, wow, the guy's playing games. Okay. Says the Shulchan Aruch Yud. That's what we're up to? Sounds like
Yud.
it.
Yeah.
So,
Im Toyin a Basin Im Toyin a Baldin, sorry, I'm wearing the wrong glasses today. Im Toyin a Baldin Shaloi Kovoy Olav's Mana Pashonim Shegozov Lasais. He says the Pashonim. Pashonim here means basin, right? By the way. Loikovu Olav's Mana Pashonim Shegozov Lasais Vishu Yasik Yizdamen. They never told me when to do it. I'll fix your pipe when I want to. I'll fix it in 3 years, I'll fix it in 3 months, I'll fix it when I get my paycheck. You got to do it immediately. We mentioned this case, right? You can't say they never told me when to do it. Immediate. Right now.
oh,
Immediate. Yeah.
Tomorrow, no?
Immediately. No ikuv b'chal.
as soon
Yeah.
as you can do it.
As soon as
Immediately.
you can do it.
No, sorry. As soon as it can be done. I rephrase that. Right? Which one?
That's
Hanukkah.
normally what it boils down to, right?
Pesach.
Chagim.
you can't use the mug. You can't use my
You
mug.
can't say,
Shavuos.
give me time.
After Shavuos, yeah? Chagim.
Take a look at Pischei Tshuva, Yud. Pischei Tshuva, Sif Yud, Eis Tes Zayin. Elias Miyad. B'Shulchan Aruch of the Rebbe Kiva
Yeah.
Ma Shekosav Beis Yosef Kam B'Shem Rashba
I'm sorry,
Huva
where?
B'Sma. With the
Pischei
second
Tshuva.
column of the Pischei Tshuva, second column,
Tes Zayin.
the big letter is Yud, small letter is Tes Zayin. Elias Miyad.
Yeah.
Mashkos b'shem Rashba Huva B'Sma Ein Sham V'Kosav B'Sefer Birkei Yosef. Third line. Because of B'Sefer Birkei Yosef, we all know who the Birkei Yosef was, right?
No.
AKA the Chidah.
Chido.
Chidah Chaim Yosef Dov Azulai.
Azulai. Many Sforim.
Because of B'Sefer Birkei Yosef Ois Chof. Bali Adin Shekiblu Shnei Pashonim B'Chsiva B'Kinyan. Two Bali Dinim, they accept two Pashronim, they accept two Dayanim. V'nosu HaPashronim B'neihem. The two Dayanim have this, they're discussing the issue. V'skimu al dover b'meitzes svasam echad im chavera. They say, you know what? He should pay $100,
That's not, I mean.
right? They say, let him pay. He should pay you $100, right? V'amu askamosim fnei edim, aval lo yidiu lebal edin. They tell Edim, we've decided the Reuven has to pay $100, right? Our shus biyadam l'shanois. They can change their mind.
Let's call that.
Mimash eskemu.
Let's call Edim again.
They can change their mind. What do you mean? Why do you have to call the Edim?
In front of Edim, the Pashwanim.
But they can change their mind. There's no problem. They can change their mind, right?
They haven't decided, in other words.
They decided. They made askama. They decided.
But
But they can change their mind.
And they told someone about it.
They told Adam. They said to Adam, "We've already paskened. We know we're going
They
to
can't
say."
change the pshara. They could just change the mind of the din. We had that before, that they can't change their mind. Once they made a decision, they can't go to pshara, right?
Once they've made a decision, they can't change their
You
mind.
said it or not.
Only until the eighth.
Here we're talking about
They didn't tell the Bali-
pshara. They didn't tell the Bali
Who are
Adam. It's a
these
pshara.
Who are these Adam?
Any Adam could be Reuven and Shimon. Any two Adam. So
You know,
they.
They had a discussion in front of two people.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
the Adam has nothing to do
But
with
it's pshara. It's not din. There's two people. There's not a base din. This is two, not three. When it's three, like you said, we saw last week,
okay.
you can't change your mind. You can't change the din. According to Rashi, even once they know the din, even before they said the din.
Right. It's arbitration.
Here we're talking about arbitration. It's not a din. It's pshara. They said, you know what? We'll pay half, right?
You said the word Adam. There's no Adam involved.
They said it in front of Adam. That's the
It's a
case.
measure. They were discussing it. It's a measure two people overheard.
They were discussing it. They went for.
They're
coffee,
teaching their
they were
Talmidim, they're telling the
talking
Talmidim, he's
out.
giving a
Reuven and
share.
Shimon.
He said, you know what, we had this case, Reuven has to pay Shimon $1,000. That's a pshara, okay?
Then what?
They can change your mind. I'll just be honest. As much as Gimel, they can change their mind. Le rabbi, so le mayet, kamashiyut. So they can say pay more, pay less. They can change their mind. It's fine. Begmir is das apshara v'yizu al abalidin. Ava, acha shegazu b'fnei baldava. After they tell the baldava, v'kosh kenim kosvu psharasam v'nosu le baldava einam shis l'shanis d'chva nigmar shlichusan. Okay. Once they've written it down and given it to them, once they've told them, too late, end of story. They can't change their mind anymore. Next.
That's an interesting lesson. Why is it called a shluchos time? Why does it use the term shluchos?
Well,
They
they
had
are
a special siyata d'shmaya while they were asking, and as soon as they gave it slap, that's it.
finished.
They finish their job. You have, I don't know what the point is. You tell a shliach to do something for you. After he's done it, who is he? He's nobody. He's no longer your shliach. Now you're changing your mind. You're not shliach anymore. You know, you're relevant. You're relevant to the story.
You're saying the Pashanim are
Yeah.
of the two
Shluchei
people
Malkum.
who Bali.
Well, this is not like the Shluch Rachman, the Shluch Didon, the impact of the Shluch Didon.
They bring this here because the Havamina is that he might not pay immediately because he's going to wait for the base team to change their mind. Same thing. That's why are we talking about this here? Yeah.
Because. Good question. I have no idea.
Because maybe
Your guess is as good as mine.
so maybe that's what he's hoping. This guy's hoping that the base is going to change their mind. He's going to try to change their mind. And so if they've already it's final. They can't change their mind.
Maybe. Okay, I didn't ask any questions on these Simonim and Shulchan Aruch. I went further, but okay. Yud Aleph. Im Reuven hifchid es Shimon lemasrei, im lo yitin le'mamon. So you danim alav. So Reuven and Shimon are having like this fight, and Reuven says to Shimon, "Pay up, or I'm going to be nice to you."
To what? To who?
The difference.
The Cossacks.
Shabbat. Which Muslim here?
No. Must you for what?
To the men?
Not
If you don't pay up.
yeah, to who? To what? I mean, the revenue to.
Yeah, it's taxes. They'll come. You have to pay taxes.
So where's their threat?
It's a threat. If you've never been threatened by that, then you're a happy man. So I said, you listen, you owe me $100. I know you're building illegally. Pay up, or I'm going to go to the area.
That
Happens all
makes-
the time.
that
Happened to
makes
me.
more sense.
My neighbor says to me, cough up, or I'm going to the area. Right?
That makes more sense. Yeah.
Okay.
We were serious, not like the good old days when the Kozak and
So, really, you don't deserve the money. You don't deserve the money. He doesn't deserve the money. Right? So, what's it then? V'asu pshara. And then he made a pshara, a kinyan, a bittul meidah. He makes his pshara. They go to Beis Din. or they have someone does a pshara, they do a pshara amongst themselves, they can do a pshara amongst themselves, right? He writes a heskem, I'll pay you the plumbing, whatever it is, and he does a bittul maidah. What's the then? Yachal lachzabai. He can cancel it. Even though he did a bittul maidah.
Who could get, so he could be a Meiser?
No.
No, the other one.
No. The guy threatens him, I'll be Moisa you.
And then they made a Pshara.
You can say whatever you want to get out of it.
Then he makes a
master.
pshara.
And then he
He
gets
writes
out
a
of it.
contract, then he gets out of it. He says, listen, I only wrote the pshara because I was scared it's going to muscle me. Now I already paid my taxes. There's nothing to muscle me about. I don't care anymore.
Right.
Now I already took down the illegal thing that I built. I'm not worried anymore. Now I already got the drugs out of my suitcase. I've got nothing to worry about. So,
Yeah. Have you got any?
Yeah, tons, a lot.
We're
Why do you think you like that cake so much?
that's why I like the cake so much, Habibi. You think it's...
in Amsterdam, never you go to the shops.
Right, Amsterdam.
In Amsterdam,
You got a football
I
game
never
today, you're
bombing
also in
them.
trouble. Okay, says
no, the cake is full of drugs. You know that.
how would you know about it? Sma. Take a look at the Sma. Yud Aleph Chof Beis. Top of the page, left side. Beginning of Bittul Maidah. Vafilu b'shvua. A guy takes a shvua. I swear I'll pay you. It's nothing. Vafilu b'shvua im hashvua he be'inyan sheyachol levatle b'liboy. He's got to be able to do a bittul b'liboy.
In the corner. Shma, right in the corner.
Even a shvua, he says, I swear I'll pay you. I swear you fix the plumbing. I swear I'll pay you. You can be mevatel shvua. V'shaloi yeh masha meitzim piv behedya neged masha b'liboy. It can't be a beferish shvua lie. You got to try and. I'm not sure exactly what he means.
Twist your words a little
A
bit.
little bit, yeah.
Flexibility.
I swear I'll fix the plumbing when on a good day or whatever. You do something that's not like a moment your blatant lie, but you can even take a shvua.
Well,
Commercial
but
cost of
check-
beer a day, so
I'll
it's
check
on base.
Who are you talking about?
And basically, any time when a guy has a din tail with someone and the guy's shalaika din, I'm honest.
Right.
There's nothing I can do. I need the money today. Or I'm going to lose the deal. So I say, I swear I'll pay you next week. And then I think, you know what?
Oh, that fella. Not the fella doing the plumbing.
Yeah.
No,
You could-
the fella doing the plumbing.
You can also swear to him. I'll pay for doing the plumbing next week.
I thought from him, not to him.
What is this? The swearing it's not shaykh. It's not.
Why?
He swore. He's lying. He probably he got an affair for
The
it.
case is not clear.
So no, so that's the point. He doesn't have to. No, if you go to basin, stamazoi basically mechayiv for yeshiva. If I come to basin, listen, the guy swore he's not going to sit in my seat anymore. So get out
And
and
if he
seat. You took
swore
a
he
shul.
lied, Bezin can't do anything about it.
Yeah, they can make you. If it's something a la
you-
over
you-
too late, you lie. There's nothing they can do. Give you markers. We don't give markers. If a guy says, "I swear I will pay you next week," come next week, come to base and say, "Listen, the guy swore he's going to pay me."
Then what happens?
So base will say, "Pay him." You swore. You'll pay him. Why not?
He says no.
Is the swearing?
They'll be
prohibited?
mechayiv to pay him.
Does he have to
So
be?
why is he? This is the same thing.
Wait, stop.
Here he can cancel the shvur, beliboy. He could do a bit of shvur. Basically, won't let you.
So he can swear at any time. Girls cancel his rule.
I'm confused.
Something
I'm-
doesn't.
I hear.
I'm confused about the case.
It has to be a reason that Bezdin recognizes. You just can't say, I swear, and then you have a mind you didn't mean it. Here the case is, he's being threatened illegally. He's being
Right.
You're not allowed to be Moisef. So the guy's threatening with something
What
illegal.
we
You
paying
can
to
say,
break
in your
his
mind, if he's doing something illegal, I can,
I can take a shvur.
Bezdin can recognize that. You just can't say,
Yeah, that's
I don't
gonna be
want to
the
keep my
part.
shvur.
Have you got a list of prices? Cash up front. We're not doing it without.
Later.
How do you know about Amsterdam? You don't- Yeah, no, I'm saying that most
Komisch kosa bier idea simen reish lam beis gabi nish be menoide le muchsin ein schon beisten
Oh, Muxin something different.
vayn la besim reishev shevi beisese v'dak moisha gam kos kem shuvas rash. But okay, ukshmas kol dafk kshnoida achaka kshgam a bitl meida hisemach mas eines. When can you be mevatel meida? When is a bitl meida? The guy says the meida I gave. He writes in the shtar he's cancelling the meida. That's only if he cancelled the meida also ba'inus. But if he cancelled the meida wasn't ba'inus, then it's too bad. You cancel the meida.
You can't.
You know, he's got to be able to prove that the fact that he cancelled the meida, there was also einus for him to cancel the meida. If he wasn't being threatened still, so why did you cancel Maidah? Why you did Bittul Maidah? You did a Bittul Maidah. There was no longer Einus. Right? So the Maidah is a good Maidah. You cancelled.
Same true with Shvuah.
Yeah, it has to be for a valid reason. You just can't cancel it.
The word
If you could just cancel a Shvuah, it's a whole vehicle of all Shvuahs.
But you can't, because the only time you can cancel a shvuah if there's a
But
good
doesn't say
reason that
that
Bezdin will recognize. Namely, the guy was under the threat of Masira. Masira is usher. You're not allowed to be Masir on somebody. So he's being challenged illegally, and he says, therefore I gave in, but the guy did is illegal, I didn't really mean it. You just can't say, I changed my mind.
But-
Shvuah is a shvuah.
But if, I have a question, so, isn't it understood when anyone goes to Basin, that if Basin Koskins,
Oh,
that and you don't keep up your end of the deal according to what the judgment was, that Basin will be Moser you. So there's a...
Basin's not Maisi. Basin's not Maisi.
now what
They
is
send the Rabagol to hang up his kavil.
Oh, no,
They put you
what,
Chayrim.
no, what, so what
They
is
put you
that?
Chayrim. The classic thing they do, the worst thing is the worst Avera, the worst Einish, they put you Chayrim.
What he's asking
Nowadays, what they do, right, is they make you sign
Oh.
a Hesken Beirus.
which means,
You're accepting arbitration.
right,
And then Basin won't take you if you don't. If you Basin says pay me $1 million, you don't pay the $1 million. Basin's not going to take you to court. But the guy now has arbitration suck saying this we went to arbitration, says he owes me $1 million. He'll be very happy to go now to court to Hatzala Pal. You won't go to court. You go to Hatzala Pal to get the money.
Right, but he's not talking about that. He was talking about when Basin had authority, no?
Basin used to, so they used to put in Cherem, right? Basin used to just put in Cherem. Basin wasn't Macy to anybody.
What's the difference between Cherem and being Moser?
Mesa means the main problem, we'll get to it, the whole bunch of simonim. If the main reason why you can't take a guy to the government is because they're not going to keep Dinei Torah, they're going to exaggerate, we're worried they're going to charge you more than you really chayiv. That's the Ikra Din. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to kill you, hang you up by your feet, and do what they do in Gaza to the Hamasics over there, right? To the. It just means that we're not samech on the din of the base of the archives. They're going to exaggerate. They're not going to keep din Torah. So,
is it based,
but there are cases we'll get there. When is it that you can go to court?
Dinid Malchus and dinner is the original.
Did you speak about dinner? I'm starving. Don't talk about it.
Well, I was waiting for breakfast, I came up, Dinner Malchus and dinner, the Ran says,
Yeah.
It
No,
was-
it's Shal. Chas v'shalom.
no, it's based on the situation where
They're not going to keep.
they haven't got the regulation, they don't do it properly. But nowadays there are regulations. The arbitration, we accept.
Okay, I want to get to the case. One of the questions I actually spoke about. You'd base. Shnayim chalukim bebinyan shebekarka. Two people.
Of course, we haven't got it.
Page Nun Zayin. You got Nun Zayin?
No,
Has everyone got Nun Zayin?
no.
Here's a Nun Zayin. Here's a Nun Zayin. You've got Nun Zayin? You've got Nun Zayin. Anyone else doesn't have a Nun Zayin?
Right, so are we back?
You got Nun
bringing Swam on
Zayin?
Sunday?
You got Nun Zayin?
I got the
You got Nun Zayin?
Are we bringing Swam Sunday, or you're relying upon you?
It's not new to me. It's a Svarim store. If you all go there, make a machar.
Can
We want our Svarim
Are
to
you
be
making
ordered.
the shvur you're going to bring it?
I'm not making any shvurs, Habibi.
Why not?
Why not? I think it's also. Mutav shalai yishbu,
No,
whatever.
the word shvur means you would try your best. That's what I mean.
You know what try vest means?
Yeah, forget about
It
it.
means garnish, right? That's the famous word, right? Yud Beis. Shnayim chalukim bebinyan shebekarka. Two people are fighting over building something, right? Pasha b'neim. They went to the basin and they said they make a pashar, build it together. But it was below Kenyan. They didn't make a Kenyan. Basin said, build the wall. Basin said, fix the plumbing together. Basin said, deal with this. 50-50. Ubona zektas v'zektas. They both started building. Kedivrei apasharim. They both started building the wall. They both started fixing the plumbing. Einu michayim nachzeben. That's like they did a Kenyan. They can't be chayza, right?
It's like what you mentioned if the guy started building the wall.
Right. One guy. No, that was different. It's different if one guy starts building the wall or they both started building the wall. Shulchan Aruch talking about case where they both started building the wall. Once you both started building the wall, you picked up one brick. Now you're done. Take a look in the Nesivos HaMishpat, Yud Beis. Yud Zayin. First column. Ubana Zek Tzas. Myri B'Yeshlem Tainus Ami Chalachiv Livmais. The shayla is who has to build. Mishum Ha'chi B'Bana Echad Mehen Lo Sagi. If one of them builds by himself, too bad. The Halafi Divrei Hasheni B'Lava Ha'chi Chayiv Alav Livmais. If the other guy builds it, the other guy fits the plumbing. It doesn't. I'm not chayav to carry on building it. You had to build it anyway. That's what my time is. That you had to build it. My time is you had to fix the plumbing. So if you fix the plumbing, too bad. If they both started building it, then they both have to finish the job, right? But if only one started building it, if only one started fixing it, I'm not getting involved. You did it.
Huh?
Huh?
Yeah, because that's the Kenyan.
Yeah. Even if they both started building it, massive chiddush on the Shulchan Aruch, massive qualification. That's the word we used last time. Dafilu banu shneim. Had any yochal lachzor? Hu davke b'mashe banu kvar. Ave mashe loy banu adayin yochal lachzor. I can even cancel on the rest of it. I can't cancel what we already did.
That's not what the Mechaber says.
Yeah.
L'chayra, you're right.
Yeah, well,
And then lachzor. What does lachzor mean? To take it apart?
Lachzor, so they said you can't go back on what we did. Yeah. No, it means like this. It means like this. I'll give you a case. You're a faster builder than me, or you hired a faster worker. You already built 10 rows. I did 1 row, but now we say okay, pay up. So you got to pay 50-50, right? I'm going to have to pay for 5 of the rows, or 4.5 of the rows in this case, right? So on what you already built, you can say pay up half.
Yeah.
But on the rest of it, I can say that's it. I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm not building anything else. I didn't realize how much it's going to cost. I didn't know what a headache is. I'm not doing anything else. So you have a pshara. Your basin says split 50-50. Fix the plumbing. One guy says, okay, I'll fix it. Too bad. I'm not. You fixed it. You got to be careful.
the word yochal lachzor is on one or the other, not on both.
Shkoyach Rabbi, have a wonderful Shabbos.
How do you say
Sunday, wait, before we carry on. Sunday, what did we decide? I forgot already.
10 o'clock
No
in
meal,
there.
it's just the bris. There's no
Ten-
meal.
Yeah, but
Ten-ish.
we realised that 10 o'clock here means they're not going to finish before 10:45, even just a bris, right?
No, but we'll sit in the
We'll sit in the front. Okay, Mitzvah Hashem.
that lashon doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry.
Which part?
When it says you can't be